What's up guys, I'm Vigilante, you're watching Vigilante Effect, and before I start off the video I'd just like to mention, if you're a subscriber of mine and you'd like to have the videos to come to your attention right away, I would suggest that you go to my Facebook page and give it a like. If you go to facebook.com and search up The Vigilante, one word, you'll find the Facebook page of my channel. And usually once I post a video, I post the video straight to the Facebook. And the reason for that, the reason for me even letting you know about this is because sometimes I've noticed that a lot of people are not getting my videos, and they're surprised to see that I have a part 2. They're like, I didn't even get part 1. And reason being is because the way the YouTube system works, sometimes it doesn't work as optimal as I would like it to. So if you'd like to be notified as fast as possible, just go to my Facebook page and like that. I'm gonna post the link in the description below. Now to the video. I'm going to be talking about my most anticipated games, which is basically all of the games of 2012 that are coming out soon or coming out this year that I know of. And the first of which, definitely by far my top. I'm gonna be going by the order of the dates, the release dates that are. I'm assuming they're tentative. The closer ones are, pretty much finalized, but the ones around December, I'm not really sure if they are finalized or not. But the first of which that's my definite most anticipated game is Max Payne 3. Now, initially I had my doubts about it. After playing Max Payne 1 and Max Payne 2, definitely the most important part of the game is, other than the gameplay being phenomenal, the story and narrative is what really stands out in the game, what makes it separate from a lot of other games. Especially nowadays that you have the slow motion effect is pretty much in every type of action game that tries to make some sort of interesting gameplay. So that's not really going to distinguish Max Payne, but the story is what I was really concerned with. And after looking up more and more about Max Payne 3, I'm pretty much satisfied, or hopefully going to be satisfied more than so, about the fact that they're not really going away from the story, the music, the background music, the narrative of that made Max Payne what it is. That's going to be released May 15th, and I already pre-ordered that with GameStop. The reason being is that you get you get some map pack, you get early access to some map pack. So anyway, so that's Max Payne 3. The second game I would like to talk about is Spec Ops the Line. Now this is not, don't mistake it to be a Call of Duty clone. Some people have already done that, just because of the fact that it has Spec Ops in there. But it's actually a third-person shooter, and what attracts me to this game is not that it's a war game. I'm not really too much into the war games too much, but the fact that the story element of this one seems to be very promising. This one's coming out June 26th, so it's right around the corner. And from the demos that have been released to some of the most stringent reviewers like IGN, and they actually liked it and gave good reviews for the demos so far. It looks like the gameplay looks very promising. It looks like the story is a very in-depth type of story where it really shows you, it really touches with your morality. Kind of like Bioshock in some ways, but not really. In that Bioshock, sometimes you have to choose between the sister and should I take her, should I kill her and then gain whatever benefits I'm gonna gain, or just let her go because it's a little girl. This one's a little bit more, or actually a lot more realistic, in that you get to see a lot more of what really happens in war, and how sometimes what's right doesn't seem to be always what's right. It's not very clear if what you're doing is right or wrong. So that seems to be very interesting to me. And the third game, another game that I'm very excited about, is Darksiders 2. Darksiders 2 comes out, or is scheduled to come out August 14th. Now, Darksiders, the first one, has gone a little bit unnoticed. People have just claimed it to be a clone of God of War, mixed up with Zelda, etc. Although it might have these elements, the game itself, I haven't played it yet, but I've seen my brother play it, and it seems like a very, very fun game to play. And I still can't wait to touch on this one. But just looking at the Darksiders 2 trailer and some of the gameplay examples of Darksiders 2, I was very impressed by the fact that they're not. First of all, they're not using the same character. They're going to the person's brother, who's considered to be death, and the story looks to be grim, and the gameplay looks to be fun. I'm looking forward to this one as well, Darksiders 2. Also, the links to all the trailers and gameplays I'm posting down in the description below, just so you can go check them out. And the fourth game that I'm looking forward for is Fall of Cybertron. It's Transformers Fall of Cybertron. This is basically the sequel to Transformers War for Cybertron. And this one was another game that went under the radar. It's a very underrated game. It's a very, very fun game to play. It has a lot of elements similar to Vanquish, and the way that the robots transform is very addictive in this game as well. It's useful. It's not just a gimmick, and it has a very good story element to it. So I'm looking forward for Fall of Cybertron. That's coming out August 28th. The next game is Resident Evil 6. Now, the last Resident Evils, Resident Evil 5 and I forgot the name of it, something Raccoon City, the one that just came out, they didn't really get the best reviews in regards to the Resident Evil genre. It's not really, they haven't really been sticking to the Resident Evil genre, or if they have, they haven't been doing it justice. So this one looks like, Resident Evil 6 looks like it's a combination of Resident Evil 4 and 5. And Resident Evil 4 took a more grim view of the gameplay, and it was, first of all, it took complete different gameplay style than the original Resident Evils, which I liked. I didn't enjoy playing any of the Resident Evils before this one personally. I just didn't like the camera. I couldn't, even when I went back to try to play it now, I think it was Resident Evil Outbreak I tried to play. There was just no way, I just couldn't. It was not fun at all for me. But Resident Evil 4 was a completely different twist in terms of the gameplay. It was over the shoulder. It was very suspenseful, and the story was also very good. So Resident Evil 6 looks like it's going back to that route, and at the same time it's combining some of the graphics that are from Resident Evil 5. So it looks like it's going to be a promising one as well. Next one is, and that one's come out October 2nd. The next one is Bioshock Infinite, and that's come out October 16th. Now there's no need to talk about Bioshock, everybody knows about that. And Bioshock 2. This one seems to be, well, first of all, it's not going to be in the same city, the city of Rapture. It's not in that city at all. It's in a completely different city. It's a completely different character and different timeline. And while City of Rapture was underwater, this one's actually over the sky, which I felt was a little bit a little ironic that they did it that way. So if you look at the gameplay looks really fun. You know, there's a lot of elements that you get to interact with the environment. I think he has like a hook, kind of like a hook blade, where he can roll around almost like on rails that look like roller coaster rails. So that looks like it's gonna be a very, very promising game. October 16th, and of course, how can I not forget, or how can I forget about how can I not forget Assassin's Creed 3? That's coming out October 30th. You guys already know about the Assassin's Creed series. It finished off with Revelations and the story of Ezio and Altair. They both finished off at Revelations, but now we're moving on to finally going to the third game, the official movement towards the third character. And I don't remember the name of the character, but all I know is that I love the Assassin's Creed series, and I love the story. I just love it. I would marry the story of Assassin's Creed if I was able to. I love that story. So Assassin's Creed 3, definitely going to pick that one up. And after that, there is Blackops 2. Their trailer was just released, I think, yesterday or 2 days ago. And it's coming out November 13th. I'm not really looking forward to that one as much, but I just put it in there because the trailer looked like it kind of played off like a Terminator type of theme. Like, you know, the machines turn on you. You know how like now you have like all these machines that you're using for war tactics, Now the fact that they're remotely controlled, it seems that the enemy is going to be having control over those machines, and you're basically going to be fighting your own machines. So it's kind of like, it kind of has a Terminator twist in there. So that story kind of caught my eye. But to be honest with you, the Call of Duty series, you know, it's slowly losing my interest. I still, you know, play every now and then, but I'm definitely not as big as a fan as I used to be. And I think Modern Warfare 3 was kind of a reason for that. Well, Black Ops, that was a really good game. So Black Ops 2, you know, hopefully they do the same thing or better than they did in Black Ops. Because the story of Black Ops also was really good. It was a twist to the Call of Duty genre. And the last, I have 3 more games to talk about. One is The Last of Us. That's tentative for December 31st, 2012. Now I'm not sure if that's a real date or if that's just the date that they've given, saying that maybe it's going to be 2012 or maybe it's going to be 2013. They're not sure yet. But The Last of Us is, I believe it's a PS3 exclusive, and it plays off of, I've seen a lot of games now play off of the movie I Am Legend, you know, where it's like 1 person or 2 people left in the whole world, and there's a big virus that took over or whatever happened. And The Last of Us looks like it's going to be that way. But looking at the trailers, it still somehow catches my attention. That one's supposed to be released December 31st. Next is Crysis 3, again also December 31st, I'm guessing tentative. Looking at the trailers, again, how can you not like Crysis? Crysis is running on the Crytek engine, and that's one of the most beautiful engines. Just by looking at it, makes you want to play the game. And I didn't actually play Crysis 2 yet, but definitely will pick that one up to play it so I can play Crysis 3. Not going to pick them up necessarily the first day it comes out, but looking forward to playing the game. Also, one other game is Metro Last Light. That's, I think there's a game, Metro 2033, I think is what it was, for the PC. A lot of people said a lot of good things about it. Some people said it's like Fallout. And this one, I'm guessing it's like the sequel to it. I don't really know too much about this game. But looking at the trailers, again, and looking at some of the gameplay, it looked like it would be very promising. And also it says December 31st, so I'm not really sure. Tentative or not. Last game we're going to talk about is PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. Now this game looks like it's going to be, or it's definitely a spin-off of the well-acclaimed Nintendo Super Smash Brothers for the N64, and then that went to the GameCube, and then that finally came on the Wii as Super Smash Brothers Brawl. Now, what I see, they basically created their own genre of a fighting game, and you know, when we see this style of fighting game, we can't think of any other game other than Super Smash Bros. Because of the fact that no other game is like it. But with that said, it's still a genre. I would consider it a genre. So seeing that Sony has kind of jumped on that is not necessarily a bad thing. It's not necessarily a ripoff. It's just they're using that same genre now to make their own different game that would fit in that genre. So that's one. Two, one thing I'm afraid of regarding this game, although it sounds exciting, that you're going to bring all these Sony characters, maybe the character Kratos from God of War, or you know, they're also bringing Sweet Tooth, I think his name is, from Twisted Metal, and all these other Sony games, maybe the guy from Uncharted. You know, we're so familiar with Super Smash Bros. That we're inevitably going to compare the two games. So when we come to play this one, we're going to expect that it's going to be as fluid, as smooth, as intuitive as Super Smash Bros. And if it's not, if it's even slightly different, we might have our reservations. That's what I'm assuming. That might be the downfall of this game. So I'm hoping if they really put a lot of effort in this game, that they really make sure they nail it, because people are going to go in there, and no matter what you're going to do, they're going to definitely expect it to be as good or better than Super Smash Bros. So that's been my most anticipated games for 2012. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you liked it, please like the video. If you're not a subscriber, check out my videos, and just subscribe, man. That's all I gotta say. Peace.